Hey, lovely humans. Something I've been thinking about this week that I just wanted to pop on real quick and talk about is leaning in a conflict versus avoiding the person or allowing a chasm of space to occur. And I guess it's a natural response if you're feeling negative feelings and tension towards someone or a situation to engage with them less naturally. But I think when we do this and when we lean away, we start to create narratives and we start to mind read and make assumptions about what is going on in the other person's brain and why we're feeling tension, why a situation is happening. And I think once that starts happening, it's hard to have those narratives be super empathetic and positive. Oftentimes, I think we're creating judgments and we're thinking that someone's doing something intentionally, and oftentimes it might not be. And even though they might be hurting you unknowingly, I think it's only fair that we allow them the opportunity to explain themselves if we actually want to seek a resolution and repair the relationship. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard because I think sometimes I've been taught and raised to read minds and almost make assumptions about what someone's thinking and feeling to then tiptoe around them. But we're not mind readers and we're not God. Like, we don't have all the answers. We don't know what's happening in a situation. And as much as you might try to do all the things to anticipate a conflict, to try and manage people's emotions, you can't control everything. And all you're doing is stressing yourself out. And there's still going to be conflict and pain. And yeah, that's just a part of life. And I think for folks like me, we can take on a lot of personal responsibility for feeling like, oh, I should have known what was going on in your head. I should have anticipated that this was going to happen. I should have, tried to engineer the situation so that didn't happen. Or even, I should have leaned in when I was leaning away and pulling away. But I don't know. Maybe you could have leaned in more versus creating these narratives and sitting off to your own corner, wondering what the fuck's going on. But that's hindsight. Hindsight's 2020. You're a human. Humans are going to avoid things that are causing them pain and tension. And yeah, I don't know. It's not your fault for not being able to steer the train on the track when it was going off the track. You're one part of a conflict with one or more people, so it's not all on you. And that's not some moral failing on your part. You're still an okay human being. And yeah, I don't know. That's how I've been feeling. I've been feeling like, one of those weeks where you're second guessing everything and wondering what more you could have done or what you could have done differently. And yeah, I don't know. Maybe you could have done things differently, but that doesn't mean you're a bad person. It doesn't mean you didn't have good intentions. And if someone's going to be mad at you for trying your best and still, it not meeting the mark, I'm sorry. You're human. I'm sure they also had a role to play in how things went down. So, I don't know. I think lead with empathy, especially if you're experiencing a tension or conflict with someone you've known for a while and you know that they are a caring, loving person generally. There's got to be something going on in their life that is causing them to feel this way and act this way. I think good people don't want to be abrasive and not the kindest person to other people. But there has to be willingness to repair on both sides. And yeah, I don't know. Try your best, man. I'm sure you are. And like I said, hindsight's 2020. You can't change what's happened, but all you can do is try to continue to communicate as clearly as you can where you're coming from and how you're approaching a situation and what your intentions are, and for resolving the conflict and how you want to move forward. And hopefully the person will try and meet you where you're at. And if they don't, then that's where the boundaries come in. And yeah, sometimes it's hard. Sometimes that means transitioning a relationship from maybe a more personal one to a more professional or distanced or arm's length one. But we just need to protect our energy, right? We only have so much. But yeah, I don't know. Happy Friday, folks. Coming from a girl who's been overthinking all week, who's felt like nothing's been coming out of her mouth right because we're overthinking everything and doubting ourselves. And let's just put it into perspective. One failure in an interaction does not mean you are an incapable human being on all fronts. Like, again, you're human. So it's going to be okay, and you'll feel better soon. And today is a new day. Tomorrow is a new day. You're going to get more chances to try new things, to try to implement the lessons we've learned. Yeah. Anyway, with that, hope you're well wherever you are. Thanks for tuning in to hearing a little bit about my rant and what's been on my mind this week. And yeah, sending all the love.